Sean Smike is about to kick it off for the Berkley Bears as the North Farmington Raiders look to go to 2-0 for the first time since 2013 tonight. This is a returnable kickoff for the Raiders and bouncing it to the near side up beyond the 30-yard line to the 33, number 21 for the Raiders. That's Jasper Beeler. So 1st and 10, favorable field position for North Farmington as they begin. Let's see where they set her down. 32, 33, somewhere in that area. We'll call it the 33. 1st and 10 for North Farmington from right there. The Raiders coming in off an interesting opening night victory 1 week ago last night against Waterford Kettering. The Raiders knocked off the Captains 35-30. They had a 17-point lead, 35-18. An 18-point lead, 35-17, midway through the fourth quarter when they gave up touchdowns 48 seconds apart, but a gutsy 4th and 1 call at his own 29-yard line by Coach Herstein maintained a possession for the Raiders. They were able to run out the clock as Miles Gresham, gets the first carry of the night, and his forward progress good for a gain of 6 to the 39. Miles Gresham had himself quite a night last week, hauled in an 89-yard touchdown pass from Jacob Busamra, rushed for over 100 yards, and his receiving yardage also topping the century mark. Up under center is the aforementioned Mr. Busamra, who was impressive and then some a week ago. Just a little dive play here out to maybe the 40-41-yard line. Let's call it the 40. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 for North Farmington. At any rate, Jacob Busamra, you see him there, number 2, transfer from Cranbrook, 6'4" junior quarterback, and what an impressive arm he showed last night. Coach Herstein says he threw for 295 yards in the game, and he wondered if that might not be a North Farmington record. Gresham looks to be stopped behind the line, bounced away once, but he's going to be swarmed under. It's going to be a big-time loss here for the Raiders. They'll have to punt the football away ostensibly as Gresham is dropped. Well, they're marking him down. No forward progress at all right there. They're marking him down at the, well, they did give him a little forward progress. He's down at the 31-yard line. That means 4th and 12. And so Gresham had a 6-yard gain and a 2-yard loss on that carry. We'll try to keep an eye on his totals tonight. Here you see him being wrapped up immediately in the backfield. That's number 55, Justin Agoin for Berkley. And once he caught him, it set into motion a chain of events that resulted in a 6-yard loss on the play. So 4th and 12 here for the Raiders. And they'll punt it away. Their first possession coming to an end with 10:21 left to go here in the opening quarter. Berkley Bears were losers in their opener last week. Favorable Raider bounce here on the punt. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. So 34 yards on that punt. And now the Bears start 1st and 10. They'll have the football at their own 36-yard line. Berkley opened last week against Ortonville Brandon. Got hammered, 32-13, Berkley losing. So Berkley 0-1 on the season, coming in off a 2-7 campaign 1 year ago. Their coach is a second-year coach, Sean Shields. And with the loss last week, his career slate stands at 2-8. This is the, it's interesting. Last week it was the first meeting, or I should say the 8th meeting ever, was the 9th meeting ever between Waterford Kettering and North Farmington. Movement along the line. They may be calling John Burnett, the senior co-captain, for jumping offside here. At any rate, it was the 9th ever meeting between the Raiders and Waterford Kettering. Tonight is the 9th ever meeting between the Raiders and the Berkley Bears. The series began back in 2003, and the Raiders lead the all-time series 5-3. They've won the last 3, including a victory against Berkley 1 year ago. Hunter Kiesling, the center for Berkley, and a run around to the left side is going to pick up about 4 yards. Patrick Welch was the running back. So 2nd and 1. I forgot the penalty came on first down. 2nd and a yard to go. And Spoke with Coach Herstein earlier this week about the win over Kettering last week, and he said the team responded very well in practice this week. You know, they had a little bounce in their step, as it were. Maybe able to look at things with a new point of view. Full house backfield this time for Kettering, and it'll be a first down carry for the Raiders. Sylvan Brown was right there, but Luzowski, Ian Domzalski, spun away just enough to pick up that first down at the 48. I see Sylvan Brown getting there, but just a little bit too late. They gave him a first down on the last play. It's second down now and 8. Second down and 8 from the 48. All righty then. Hunter Kiesling, the Bears senior quarterback. They're going to keep it on the ground. A quick hitter right up the middle. And that's Henry Pennington on the carry. Pennington gets serious yardage, solid yardage, inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. So a first down here for the Berkley Bears. And you see 4 or 5 Raiders there in on the stop, but he was carrying a few of them with him. So there's the whole story. 1st and 10 for Berkley. Football officially is at the 38-yard line. Bears looking for their first win of the season, and the Raiders looking to go to 2-0. Something they have not done since 2013, which incidentally was the last time the North Farmington Raiders made it to the playoffs. Pennington, number 20 on that carry. And he's down to the 40-yard line. So that's a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Again, that trio of running backs in the backfield, and they try the left side, and the Raiders are right there. A gaggle of North Farmingtonians in on the tackle. Eddie Lenton, number 7, leading the charge. The gain on the play is minimal, as Patrick Welch, let's see, they've got him marked down at the 37-yard line. So that'd be just a gain of a yard or so. Third down 4. Now a more traditional I formation here from the Bears. Kiesling barks him out. Play action. Got a lot of time back there, but his pass is short and incomplete. He was trying to dump it off to the running back Welch, who may have had room, but the ball was badly underthrown, and the down box moves to 4. 4th down and 4 here for the Berkley Bears on their opening possession of what is a scoreless football game here in the first quarter with 6:56 left in it, and the clock stopped. The Raiders impressive last week, especially on offense. You had the new quarterback, Jacob Busamra, throwing for, again, 295 yards, which if it's not a school record, it's got to be close to it. Threw for 3 touchdowns. And the Raiders put 35 on the board. And again, they had that game against Kettering well in hand into the waning moments. When all of a sudden Kettering took advantage of a Busamra interception, his only turnover of the night, the Raiders' only turnover of the night. Then they converted an onside kick, and boom, it was 2 touchdowns in 45 seconds. As we have a flag on the snap. And all of a sudden, last Thursday night, I will probably default and refer to last Friday night more than once tonight because we, of course, normally play our high school games on Friday. Delay of game here against the Bears. Make it 4th and 9. And they'll kick from 5 yards further back. Their punter is Sean Smike. But at any rate, what was a very comfortable 35-17 lead for the Raiders turned into a 35-30 football game, and still a lot of time on that clock, 5.5 minutes to play. On the ensuing possession, it was 4th and 1 for North Farmington at their own 29-yard line, and Coach Herstein decided to go for it And, boy, if he doesn't make that, right, Waterford would have had the ball inside the Raider 30-yard line. Punt will be returned. That's Sylvan Brown, or check it, Jesper Beeler, number 21, on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 15-yard line. At any rate, they gave the ball to the senior co-captain, John Brunette, on that must-make 4th and 1 last Thursday night late in the football game, and Brunette picked up the first. The Raiders were able to run out the clock. There you see our situation right now. Pay no attention to the down and distance. It is that's correct, 1st and 10, Raiders at their own 16. Scoreless football game as we approach the halfway mark of this opening quarter. Jacob Busamra, Gresham at his side. Pressure coming. Nice block by Gresham. Long pass down the middle. It's intercepted. Picked off down there. Intercepted by Ian Domzalski of Berkley out near midfield. He falls forward into Raider territory. The pass was intended for Clark Crockett. As we'll take a look at it here. See the block by Gresham. That was fine. But the ball turned out to be just a little bit underthrown. And it may have been a case where it took the play too long to develop, where it took too much time for Busamra to be ready to throw the football because of the pressure that was coming. He had to step up into the throw, and they may have simply outrun the distance he can comfortably throw a football. So it's a turnover, and Berkley has the football at the Raider 49-yard line. They take over with 6:36 to go in the first quarter. And still no score here at Holland Field. Wow. What a nice hit by North Farmington's Sylvan Brown, number 22, as he stops Patrick Welch in his tracks. And the gain on the play is for just 1 yard. Boy, you talk about shooting a gap and avoiding a block and making a tackle. That was Sylvan Brown right there. Sylvan, the senior, 6 foot, 205-pound linebacker. And if you're calling his name a lot on defense, chances are the Raider defense is playing well. Sylvan Brown, one of the kids that has come over to join this program from Harrison. Kiesling, I formation, give to the up back, and Henry Pennington doesn't gain much. Once again, Sylvan Brown in on that stop. We had some whistles, and the officials are gathering. And there's been a penalty call. There was a flag. There it is. I think it's a personal foul here against North Farmington. That's costly. That's 15 yards. They walk it off from the 47-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10 Berkley at the 32 after the personal foul penalty. 1st and 10 Berkley at the Raider 32. The Farmington Falcons, and we'll see them in a couple of weeks. They're playing their home opener tonight against Royal Oak. The Falcons were winners 33-6 over Henry Ford at Henry Ford in week 1. Kiesling, the quarterback. Long signal count. Little crossing route, and say that was broken up down there by Eddie Lenton. Number 7 reached out and got his hand on that football and then broke it up. So the new era of football at North Farmington is underway. The Raiders were 3-6 a year ago. You will recall at one point they were over 500. After 5 games into the season, the Raiders were 3-2, but they dropped their last 4 games to finish 3-6. We mentioned they're trying to make it to the state football playoffs for the first time in 6 years. Right up the middle, and good drive by Henry Pennington of the Berkley Bears. Might have been Sylvan Brown, the last man to get up from the bottom of that pile. Usually, if that's the case, it means the player was involved in the tackle. And he's in there somewhere. So it's 3rd down and 4. Maybe 3rd down and 5, as a matter of fact. The line to gain is the 18. Or actually, the line to gain is the 23. So it'll be 3rd down here for the Bears. Oh, they're going deep into the end zone here, and boy, almost caught. Decent coverage on that play by Eddie Lenton. He stayed right with his man. I don't think he got a hand on the football, however, as they were trying to find Patrick Welch in the end zone. Or maybe it was Liam Saris, number 13 there. But at any rate, Lenton on the coverage, and he breaks it up, and it brings up 4th down and 5. So we'll take another look. Yeah, Lenton was right there, and if he didn't deflect that ball, he certainly distracted the intended receiver enough so it slid through his hands, and it goes as an incomplete pass. Berkley's going to call a timeout here with 4th and 5 up and coming. So we are scoreless in the opening quarter here at Holland Field. Well, there you see it. And a big play up and coming early in the football game here tonight. If you can go back and check it out online, MLive or MI Prep Zone, the Oakland Press website, from last week's Raiders Kettering game, put up a wonderful photo spread, 48 pictures in all. Nice game, really well photographed as well. Nice game shots, in-action shots, a shot of Coach Harrington, John Harrington, ex of Harrison, in the press box. He watches the games. He's, of course, on the staff as an assistant coach here at North Farmington. One of the big stories in Michigan high school football statewide this year is Coach Harrington making the adjustment from head coach for 49 years at Harrison to an assistant at North Farmington, where, of course, he began his career back in the 1960s as an assistant coach. Berkley, are they thinking about a field goal? Because I think they are. They're thinking about trying to go a 43-yard field goal here. Their roster lists their kicker as Sean Smike, but the player who's out there is wearing a different number, has no name on the jersey. I'm going to assume this is Smike. So a 43-yard try, and it's not going to be anywhere near close. So the game remains scoreless. A nice series for North Farmington's Eddie Lenton. A couple of pass breakups for him. And after the turnover, Berkley scores no points, and the Raiders will take over at the 27-yard line. Well, they're moving the football on me now, and the Raiders will take over at the 20. So they move the chains back to the 20. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Busamra quickly up under center. Gresham on the right side for about 4. And check it, that was number 14, Jaden Vista on the carry. No, it was Gresham. 14 was out there, but it was Gresham who had the football, number 11. So Gresham, they spot him down at the 23, so it's a gain of 3 on 1st down. Really wasn't, you see the Domzalski, who had the interception for Berkley, coming up with the tackle there to stop Miles Gresham for a gain of 3. Again, Gresham up over 100 yards in rushing in the season opener, the 35-30 victory over Kettering here last week, week 1. Good little post pattern. It is completed down there to Eddie Lenton, and solid yards after the catch for Lenton as he's out to close to midfield. Finally tackled at the 48-yard line. So that's a 25-yard pass reception. It's Busamra's first completed pass of the night. So he gets 25 yards on that first catch. First down, Raiders out near midfield. They're at their own 48-yard line. Lenton coming in motion. Moves to the end of the formation. And a quick hitter up the middle, and that's John Burnett, the senior fullback. Senior co-captain John Burnett with nice yardage, a pickup of 8 yards on first down to the Berkley 44. See John Burnett, that had to be one of the biggest carries of his career when you think about it, that 4th and 1 that he converted from his own 29-yard line late in the football game in that season opener against Kettering last week. Brunette is the up back. The tail back is Miles Gresham, who takes the pitch and tries the right side. Gresham trying to get to that marker, eludes a man and goes dancing down the sidelines, picking up the first down and way more. And Miles Gresham out of bounds at the 31-yard line. That's a gain of a dozen. And it's a Raider first down. I don't know how these running backs do it. Just get a little tiny gap like that, and then they're able to race down the sideline. You'd think they'd go out of bounds, but you just saw Miles Gresham right there. Outstanding balance and the ability to walk that tightrope. They faked Gresham this time, and it's going to be a pass play for the Raiders, and it's caught down there and then fumbled and then recovered by North Farmington. This may be a touchdown. It may be an incomplete pass. It may be Raider ball at the 6. No, they're going to say an incomplete pass. It was originally hauled in. It's by Brunette or no, it was Lenton again, number 7. And he caught the ball, but as he was going down, he fumbled the ball. And it was recovered by a teammate, but they say it was just an incomplete pass. So we're just sort of picking up the end of it there. So second down and 10. Raiders at the Berkley 31. Still scoreless. We approach 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Rich Kincaid with you here in the booth on this Friday night, joined by Sam Fisher. And it's caught! Caught down there. It's going to be first down and near goal to go on the reception to Crockett. Just a little slant in by Crockett. He had a step or two on his man. And Crockett with the gain to the 11-yard line. Make it to 10. The 10-yard line, so that's a 12-yard pickup. And it's first and goal. First and goal, the nose of the football on the 10. So how about that? A couple of nice passes on this drive by Jacob Busamra. The pitch to Miles off the left side, and he's tripped up. Miles Gresham just before he got to the goal line. Trying so hard to maintain that balance. He was tripped at about the 5 or 6 and was able to lunge forward and stay on his feet down to near the 1-yard line. In fact, it is down to the 1. A 9-yard pickup for Gresham. Good replay here, guys. Miles is frustrated. He's pounding the turf. Ow, 3 more feet. Well, maybe they'll give it to him here on second and goal from the 1-yard line. Full house backfield here for the Raiders, and it's Gresham off left tackle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Miles Gresham. Touchdown, North Farmington Raiders. There's Gresham pounding it over from the 1. Touchdown comes with 1:27 to go in the quarter. And the Raiders grab the 7-0 lead. Gresham with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, his 4th touchdown overall. And the extra point is up. And good. Off the foot of Massimo Sambati. Sambati remains perfect here in the early going of the season. So a good-looking drive by the Raiders. You had the 25-yard pass from Busamra that got him out to midfield. Then another 12-yard toss by Busamra to get him into the goal-to-go situation, and the Raiders cash it in. Lead 7-0. A minute 27 to go here in the opening quarter. See that Raider kickoff unit heading out onto the field, and the Raider cheerleaders and others. 7 push-ups are due after a Raider touchdown, and that number, they hope, will increase as the night goes on. Well, a point each equals a push-up here at Holland Field. So this is the first OAA Blue, the first conference matchup for the Raiders this season. It's the first weekend of conference play, although there are only 3 conference games going on tonight. This one, the Farmington Royal Oak game over at Farmington High School, to which we earlier alluded, and a game between Ferndale and Pontiac. The only 3 games in conference tonight. Raiders opened. There are 3 undefeated teams in the OAA Blue. The Raiders with their 35-30 win here against Kettering. The Falcons beating Henry Ford on the road 33-6, and Avondale blanked Troy 22-0. The other 4 teams in the 7-team OAA Blue all have a loss. Well, there's a nice play by John Brunette as he stops Saris, number 13, shy of the 20-yard line. Excellent kick coverage by John Brunette. Watch for number 3 of the North Farmington Raiders. First 2 guys missed, but Brunette is right there to clean things up. So Berkley, 1st and 10 at the 19. 7-0 Raiders on the Miles Gresham touchdown run. His 4th rushing touchdown this year. And remember, he also caught that 89-yard touchdown pass from Busamra last week, which has to be one of the longest passing plays in Raider history. Well, number 9 is up under center for Berkley, and we do not have a number 9 on the Berkley roster. And there's no name on the jersey. This is a problem. You know what, Sam? Visiting coaches are in the booth next to us. See if we can find out who number 9, if they can tell us who number 9 is for Berkley. Thank you. That will help us. Here, take it down and write it down if you need to. Thank you, Sam. All righty. So you see the first down play didn't gain much. In fact, it didn't gain anything. And it's 2nd down and 10. That Raider defense, they need to develop some swagger, right? Like the offense is. The offense put 35 on the board last week. Coach Herstein saying,
I was told to leave.
Well, the Berkley coach is not forthcoming with that information. The running back also not on. Oh, that's, I'm sorry. He is on the roster. Domzalski, the ball carrier, but he's stopped for a loss, or at least no gain. Sam, go ask the PA guy if maybe he knows. Maybe it's on his roster. We'll try and figure this out for everybody. On that stop, that's Des Blanche, right? Number 16. And that's the end of the first quarter. So that play lost a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 11 when the second quarter begins. We're trying hard, as we always do, to get to that information. Who's playing quarterback for the Berkley Bears? At any rate. There you see what the deal is as we go to quarter number 2. Well, we're very excited here at TV10. All new equipment. We're able to bring in the games in some kind of def this year. The DEF def, right? Your high def. No more analog for us, so it's a step forward. We hope that it's going to improve your visual experience watching the games here on TV10. There's so many more things we could do. We could get these games posted online with relative ease and relative speed. Just go to the Farmington Public School website and click on the TV10 link there. we can do more.
They're not watching. They're not telling us who it is.
They don't. These guys?
No, and then we asked them.
Oh, okay.
So I guess
So the Berkley coaches have not told the PA announcer who the quarterback is, and they won't tell us. It's kind of funny if you think about it. It's kids playing a football game, for crying out. That's all it is, all right? Now I'm getting annoyed. I shouldn't get annoyed on the air, Sam. It's a bad habit. Don't get into that habit. But for crying out, it's a high school football. It's kids playing football. And we're trying to do a good job, so it's actually, never mind. Maybe the kids' parents want to watch the game sometime. His grandparents, whatever. All right. Here we go. 3rd down and 11 for the Bears. Long pass over the middle is incomplete. Beeler in coverage. And the pass downfield falls harmlessly incomplete. Looked like it might have been Jacob Pryor, number 84, who was the intended receiver there. But at any rate, it is three and out for Berkley, and they're going to have to punt from relatively deep in their own territory from the 18-yard line. Here on 4th down and 11. Sean Smike in to handle the punting. He's their place kicker. Remember, he tried a 43-yard field goal in the first quarter. Wasn't close, but he tried. And this punt out to midfield, and it's going to be returned here by Eddie Lenton, and Lenton finds that seam down the right side, and he dances down the sideline, goes out of bounds near the 30, and then a flag comes in. So we'll wait and see what the call is. One hopes it's not an illegal block or some such to wipe out what was an excellent return by Eddie Lenton, but one suspects it's going to be. It's holding in this case against the Raiders. And so they'll walk it off back to the 44-yard line. So Lenton had made it to the 29. That would have been a 21-yard return. But the Raiders will start in plus territory at the Berkley 44-yard line. There you go. So when Eddie made the first guy miss, when he fought off that initial tackle, he was able to move with relative ease to the near sideline and jog down that sideline as Busamer's pass is complete to Lenton to the 41. They'll say the 42. So just a gain of 2 on that Busamer pass. There's Eddie Lenton, number 7. We've called his name a lot tonight, haven't we? Number 7 for the Raiders. Called it both on offense and defense tonight. Busamer, the Cranbrook transfer, in his second game as the Raiders starting quarterback with the give to Miles Gresham. He's able to turn the corner. He's got a seam down the sidelines. He's down to the 10 to the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Miles Gresham. Miles goes 42 yards. And the touchdown gives the Raiders a 13-0 lead. But wait a minute. There's a flag all the way back at the 45. A flag. It's going to go against the Raiders. You just know it is. It's going to go against the Raiders. It's going to be holding. Here's the signal from the official. Holding. Block in the back, actually. Oh. So a 42-yard touchdown run wiped out. And look at this. The football all the way back to the Raider 46. So you can look at that as a 54-yard penalty that wiped out what you're looking at right there. Touchdown that never happened. So it's going to be 2nd down and 20. The Raiders have to get the football down to the 34-yard line. They have it right now at the 46. Busamra rolling. Jacob, a little jump pass. Oh, and beautiful catch. Beautiful catch by Lenton. And Eddie Lenton picks up the first down and then some. They mark him out of bounds all the way down near the 15-yard line at the 17. So that's a 37-yard pass play. For Busamra. And it's 1st and 10 Raiders. They'll have the football, as you see, at the 17. Here's Gresham right up the gut. He'll have 3 or 4 yards. Might have gotten all the way down to the 12 there. Not 13, gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Justin Anagoin, number 55 for Berkley, able to wrap up early, but even then Gresham dragged him for a couple of yards to get that football, as you see, down to the 13. 2nd down. 2nd down and 6. They fake to Gresham. Busamra's pass complete down there. And it's a touchdown for the Raiders. Touchdown for the Raiders. Pass was caught by number 3, Brunette. And it's a 13-yard touchdown toss from Brunette, or rather from Busamra to Brunette. And I had the same problem on the call as our cameraman did there. I got blocked by the edge of the press box. But even after the holding penalty, the Raiders complete the scoring drive on the 13-yard pass to Brunette. John gets his first touchdown of the season. It is the 4th touchdown pass of the young season by Busamra. They fake the point. They fake the point after, and it's good. And again, it's Brunette. So Brunette gets a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And the Little Raiders, on the fake, extend the lead to 15-0 here with 10:34 left in the half. Well, the Raiders hoping tonight to get to 2-0. Last time a North Farmington team was 2-0, 2013. The only other time in the current century that the Raiders have started 2-0 was 2006. So only twice since the 1990s. Since the 21st, what are we in, the 21st or 22nd century? 21st. Only once in the 21st century, only twice I should say, have the Raiders begun a season 2-0. Now they're well on their way here tonight. And another impressive drive, 46 yards for the Raiders there. And only 2 plays. A 54-yard scoring pass. I'm sorry, it was more than 2 plays. It was more like 5. The scoring play was a 13-yarder from Busamra to Brunette. So the Raiders kick it away. Sambati puts his foot to it, and into the end zone it goes. So Berkley, 1st and 10 at their own 20. You hear that North Farmington Raider marching band. You know, they talk about the football players working hard in the heat of August, 2-a-day practices and whatnot from the early part of the month for 2 weeks until the week of the first game. You know who else is out there working hard in the heat of August is your marching band, and they're doing it on asphalt out in the parking lot usually. And they are here. They sounded great tonight, the Raider Marching Band in pregame. And we will see their show tonight here at the half. We got a timeout called here. Timeout?
Yes.
So a timeout on the field. Who called it, Sam? Sam doesn't know either. These things happen. Somebody called timeout. Let's take a look at the board. Oh, it doesn't have a timeout counter. So we'll guess. I think Berkley is used two. It's hard to say why you call a timeout like that after a kickoff. So somebody it was either the offense or the defense who was confused, and it was the Raider defense that came to the sideline. Now they're pitching a shutout so far tonight, but we're early. 10:34 to go here in the second quarter. 15-0. Miles Gresham with a touchdown run, his fourth TD of the year, and Busamra with his fourth touchdown pass of the year. He hit John Burnett on a 13-yarder. It was the possession which sets up Berkley here at first and 20 as Domzalski is slung to the turf after gaining 9 yards on first down. Malik Hardy, senior defensive lineman, on that stop, number 52. But a 9-yard gain on first down for Domzalski. Again, there's that number 8 up under center at quarterback for the Berkley Bears. Nice defense. Nice defense by the Raiders. It was 50 and 22 hitting the ball carrier at the same time. 22 is Sylvan Brown, and Noah Lee is the big guy wearing number 50. And on 2nd and 1, the Raiders hold the Bears to no gain. Wow. They were both in there, and they delivered a lick. Now, number 8 is Domzalski, and he's playing quarterback right now for Berkley. Their starter is Hunter Kiesling, number 7. I don't think we've seen him tonight. This is 3rd and 1, and they will just barely pick it up. Number 20, Pennington on the carry for a gain of, well, he needed 1, he got 2, up to the 31. You got to give him some credit there, just sort of squeezing and wiggling through low to the turf and picking up the first down. So Ian Domzalski, a junior, playing quarterback for the Bears tonight. I have no idea what happened to their starter Hunter Kiesling, who played in the game last week. First and 10 at Berkley. You know, Domzalski himself moved before the snap, and I believe that's why the flag was thrown. Yeah, it's a procedure call against Berkley. Domzalski he was moving his feet. He was sort of backing up before the snap, before the ball was snapped. So that's, we used to call it offsides, but it's a procedure call here. Was that Sylvan Brown, number 22, was all in the quarterback's face there on the whistle? Might have been. He came unabated to the quarterback, and he did the right thing, I'll tell you that much, in pulling up. Holy cow. All right, 1st and 15 at Berkley. The football is at the Bear 26. Raiders showing blitz, a pass out into the flat, and that's going to lose yardage. Pennington caught it, but he was buried immediately. I want to look at the replay to see who did the burying. It was a loss of single lots. Let's see the Raiders who got to Pennington here. There he is. And I think that's 22, and I think that's, if it is, that's Sylvan Brown. Makes sense that it would be him. So the football at the 21. Scoreboard says 2nd and 20. Oh, that's right. They lost 5 yards on the original line was the 31. They lost 5 on the penalty. They've just lost 5 on the first down play, so it is 2nd and 20. Another little pass out into the flat, and it's caught down there. And I'll tell you, all the way out near the first down is Jake Domzalski, presumably the sophomore brother of the quarterback Ian Domzalski. And he picks up pretty close to 20 yards, and he got the first down. He's all the way out to the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 20 yards on 2nd and 20, and it's a first down for Berkley. Justin Bryant, number 4 for the Raiders, finally got there to make the stop. Just looked like a nothing little sort of a screen pass, bubble screen sort of situation, and Domzalski turned that into a 20-yard gain and a first down. We're just under 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Raiders 15, Bears no score here on TV 10. So 1st and 10 for Berkley. They may have delayed the game here. A whistle and a flag. Yeah, it's delay against Berkley. So that's a needless error to make. You get a good shot here of the Raider sideline. All right, 1st and 15, ball's on the 36. Domzalski looking to run it himself, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Noah Lee got there and drops him at the 31. For a loss of 5. That'll mean first down and 20. I'm sorry, 2nd down. 2nd down and 20. I'll call it 19. They spotted the ball actually at the 32. So 2nd down, 19. But remember, just a few moments ago, Berkley converted a 2nd and 20. This time Domzalski not in the gun. Just one in the backfield, that's Welch, who will carry and get to the line of scrimmage and get grabbed onto and dragged down by Blake Morris, number 56. That's a gain of a yard, 3rd down and 18. (15-0). Raiders in the lead here in the second quarter of week 2 of this 2019 high school football season. We'll be right back here with you next Friday night at Holland Field. Oh, golly. A blunder by Stephon Jackson. I don't know if he was coming out of the blitz or wanting to make it look like he was coming out of the blitz, but he came too far. He violated the neutral zone. He was offside. So the Raiders give 5 yards back, and it's 3rd down and 13. Play action. Rush coming. Looked like a block from behind as the pass sails high over the intended receiver and incomplete. He's trying to find Jake Domzalski. How many Domzalskis they got out there, right? No, just the 2. Jake, the wide receiver, and his brother Ian. You see that pressure coming. I thought that late block there right near the quarterback might have been a block in the back. It was not. It was not called as such. But it's going to be 4th down and 13 for Berkley. Now this is interesting. The football is at their own 38. They have to punt, and they will. I think it's Sean Smike who's their punter. The Raiders should get pretty decent field position out of all of this. 4:25 to go. Clock is stopped on the incompletion. The snap is high. Smike gets it away. Beauty kick. Beauty bounce for Berkley. And we got a flag back near the kicker. And Sam says the Raiders ran into him, and that's the indication from the official. Now, if it's a 5-yard penalty, it'll still be Raider ball, but if it's the 15-yard personal foul, we'll know in a moment. Again, the line of scrimmage was the 38, and they're going to mark a 5-yard penalty here. So it'll be 4th down and 8. Football at the 43. Now, does this change Berkley's mind in terms of whether to punt or go for it? 4th and 8 at the 43 as opposed to 4th and 13 from the 38. They're thinking it over here, it seems to me. I think they're going to go for it. Now, if Smike is still out there, number 10, the punter, so they will kick it away. He got off a nice punt there on that try that resulted in the Raider penalty. This is a lower, shorter kick. Now he gets a decent enough roll on it, and it'll be Raider ball at the 31. 26 yards on the punt. And the Raiders take over at their own 31-yard line here with 3:40 to go in the first half. They lead 15-0. It's been another solid half of football by the transfer quarterback, Jacob Busamra. 6'4", 190-pound, a lanky junior. He threw for 295 last week and 3 touchdowns. Has thrown for a touchdown here tonight and has looked very solid in doing it. On first down, it's Miles Gresham, and he gets 3 yards. 2nd and 7, the ball on the 34. Good line surge by the Raiders, but in behind them, a couple of Bears had grabbed onto Miles Gresham and brought him down. Gresham ran for 100 yards last week, over 100 yards in the Week 1 victory over Kettering. Busamra, offset eye, fakes to Gresham, hands instead to Beeler. Beeler tried to turn the corner and can't quite do it. He was brought down by Patrick Welch. And it's all of that, and it's just a gain of a yard. So 3rd down and 6 now for North Farmington. Mentioned the Bears last year were 2-7. In the last 2 seasons, Berkley has gone 3-15. In the same time span, North Farmington was 5-13. There's a nice fingertip pass by Busamra. The ball goes into Berkley territory. It's Justice Clark who caught a 65-yard touchdown pass last week, and Justice Clark, with his first grab of the night tonight, and it's good for 17 yards and a first down to the Berkley 48. Nice. You can just see Busamra. What a nice touch pass that was. Onto the fingertips of Justice Clark, and then Clark picking up additional yards after he secured the football. 1st and 10. Busamra down the left side, caught down there by Brunette. Brunette, they were going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 23. So that's another Raider first down. That's a 25-yard reception by Brunette. Make it 26. That ball's on the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 Raiders at the 26. The clock in issue now, 1:48 to go. Stopped on the out of bounds. 1st and 10 Raiders at the Berkley 22 as they look to add to a 15-0 lead. Play action again from Busamra, setting up in the pocket, going deep over the middle and incomplete. Trying to find Eddie Linton, but led him just a little bit too much.
Flag back to 22.
There's a flag on the field, Sam tells me. Back near the line of scrimmage, the 22. And they're going to walk it off against the Raiders. It's a 5-yard penalty. I think that's illegal participation. No, it's illegal man downfield. One of the Raiders got downfield. That's what that is. When they put the palm to the top of the cap like that. So 5-yard penalty. Still first down. I thought maybe that was a loss of down penalty, but apparently not. The down box says 1. The scoreboard says 1. And the Raiders call a timeout here. They actually lost 6 yards on that penalty because they brought the football from the 22 back to the oh, no, I'm wrong. They brought it back to the 27. That's 5 yards. All right. I thought it might be a spot foul kind of a situation, but no. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Raiders when we return to action here. There's your game situation. A moment ago you saw the Raiders huddling up on the sideline. Boy, I'll tell you what, you want to kick them when they're down, right? You do. That's sports. The Raiders have an excellent opportunity right here to add to that 15-0 lead. Across the way, it's Sean Seals. I'll get it right for you. Sean Shields. Maybe I won't. Sean Shields is the coach for Berkley. You saw him with his troops nearby. It's caught me. They've caught me on a tongue twister here. The Berkley coach, Sean Shields. Say it slowly, you'll be okay. 1st and 15. The football is at the 27. The Raiders moving north to south, left to right on your TV 10 screen. And here comes the pitch around the near side. And Jasper Beeler, or check it, it's Grisham, number 11. Miles Gresham. And he gets 6 to the 21. 2nd and 9. I'm trying to watch the TV screen more tonight because we've got the higher resolution. I can identify the players' numbers on the screen, and that should enable me to stay more in sync verbally with what you, the viewer, are watching on the television set. But it's an adjustment for me. Busamra under pressure. Oh, it's caught down there. Lenton came across. You see the flag flying as Lenton is dragged down at the 1-yard line by Duncan Stewart, but there is a flag on the near sideline. You saw it fly into your frame. And again, it's against the Raiders. This time it is an ineligible receiver downfield. Oh, what a shame. And I think that might be the guy right there, number 60, big number 60, Shale Toten, because he's the right tackle. And he's not supposed to be down there around the 10-yard line. Oh, well. Well, like we always say, you know, if this is high school football, mistakes will be made. It's a learning process. What happened right there is the same thing as has happened to every one of us when we get a question on a math test wrong. You know, you made a mistake, you learn from it. All right. The football, after the penalty, resides at the 32-yard line. It is 2nd down. There's a long pass by Busamra. Oh, did he catch it? Did he catch it? He did! Touchdown, hauled in by Jasper Beeler. Well, he juggled it. He came out of nowhere to run under that rainbow pass, and he juggled it, and then he grabbed it before he went out of bounds. Only had to have one foot in, and is able to secure the ball and effect the catch. And it is a 32-yard, another touchdown pass by Busamra. This one is 32 yards to Jasper Beeler. Watch him at the end of it. He completely lost the ball, but completely grabbed it back again. He actually got both feet in bounds. I'll tell you what, that was pretty. That was a fun play. Extra points good. So it's 22-0. And the Raiders get exactly what they wanted. The late touchdown drive. They score with 22 seconds left to go in the half. And they lead 22-0. We won't see a funner play than that all year long, I assure you. Jasper Beeler. It looked like the pass was just going to fall incomplete, and Beeler came racing over. It looked to me like out of nowhere, right? And he grabbed it with both hands, which is good, but then he juggled it, and as we saw in the slow-motion replay, he completely lost control of the ball. He didn't have contact with it with either hand, and just quick as can be, grabbed both ends of the ball with both hands, and able to get to not 1 but 2 feet down. He only needed 1. So that was nice, and it is a touchdown pass number 5 for Busamra. His second tonight. And that covered, what was the line of scrimmage there, Sam?
26.
So that's a 26-yard touchdown pass. Now, how about that? Everybody's having a good night tonight. Massimo Sambati kicks it out of the end zone. So Berkley will have it at their own 20 with not much time. And I don't think any timeouts. As you see, Sambati sailed it into the end zone on the fly. So we've seen number 8, Ian Domzalski, in at quarterback, and then we've also seen this number 9 you see in the Berkley huddle, who's not on our roster. It might be a case where some teams have different jerseys for home games and road games. Might be a case of that here with Berkley. I just don't know. All I know is there's no number 9 on my roster. Domzalski, I'm guessing he's going to take a knee here, and he does. All right, that is going to do it for the first half, gang. What a nice first half it has been for the North Farmington Raiders. 2 more touchdown passes by Jacob Busamra, and another touchdown rush by Miles Gresham. And that and a 2-point conversion adds up to 22 points on the board for the Raiders, and they've held Berkley off the scoreboard. Raider Marching Band is coming up next for your enjoyment at halftime, and we'll be back with you with the second half of this football game. Again, your score at the break is North Farmington 22 and Berkley nothing. All righty. A little disappointed this came off. The padding part? No. It's designed like.
Tonight, we take you back to the time of the Jackson 5, the Temptations, the Supremes, but not the White Stripes. Drum Major First Class Amber Way, is your band ready? the Raider Marching Band presents Motown.
All right, welcome back to Holland Field. We're just wrapping up halftime. We certainly hope you enjoyed the Raider marching band. I know I did. I'd be hard-pressed to tell you if I've ever heard them sound better than they did here tonight in their season debut. They were terrific out there. So we certainly enjoyed that. Certainly enjoyed the Raiders' performance in that first half as they have bolted to a 22-0 lead over the visiting Berkley Bears. And once again, the story is the transfer quarterback, Jacob Busamra, who threw for 3 touchdowns in the season opener last week and who tonight in the first half threw for 2 more. So give him 5 touchdown passes on the season in just a game and a half. Jacob hit John Brunette, with a 13-yard scoring strike in the second quarter early on, 10:34 left in the half. And then it was Brunette who, on a fake extra point attempt, rumbled into the end zone. So we got the touchdown catch and the 2-yard 2-point conversion. And at that point, 15-0 for North Farmington. And then the 5th touchdown pass of the season, second of the night by Busamra, came with only 22 seconds left in the quarter as he hit Jasper Beeler on a 36-yarder. This was a beautiful play at the end. It was Beeler who juggled the ball at the goal line after coming a long distance just to get to the toss, which was thrown to an area, not necessarily to a player. Beeler got there, juggled it, stayed in bounds, touchdown Raiders, and a 22-0 lead. All of that activity, those 2 touchdown passes, followed the first quarter touchdown rush by Miles Gresham from 1 yard out. Gresham last week was over 100 yards in rushing, and Sam Fisher, our statistician and our spotter and our production assistant up here with us in the booth, says that Gresham ran for 51 yards total in the first half tonight, so he's on pace for another 100-yard game. As far as Busamra is concerned, well, Jacob threw for 295 last week, and Coach Herstein was wondering if maybe that was a North Farmington record. That's a lot of yards, a lot of passing yards in a football game at the high school level. He has followed up that 295-yard performance last week by putting 168 aerial yards on the board here tonight, again, according to our statistician, Sam Fisher. So Busamra just picking up where he left off last weekend, then some, as he throws for 2 scores and 168 total yards, and the Raiders have a 22-0 lead here tonight against the visiting Berkley Bears. Elsewhere tonight, around the Oakland Activities Association, the Farmington Falcons are playing their home opener as they, like the Raiders, look to improve to 2-0 on the season. And at the half at Falcon Field, it is the Farmington Falcons 21 and Royal Oak 10. So the Falcons with a 21-10 halftime lead tonight at home against Royal Oak. Ferndale will be the Raiders' next opponent. They'll be here 1 week from tonight. We'll have it for you here on TV 10. Ferndale is opening OAA Blue play tonight at Pontiac. They lead the Chieftains by a score of 14-6. They're the Phoenixes now. Pontiac, right? So it's the Ferndale 14, Pontiac 6. That is in the second quarter. Let's run down some of these scores of interest for you. Just we have a moment or two to kill. Berkley has not yet come out of the locker room. The Raiders are gathered on the sideline down below, as you see. We've seen neither hide nor hair of the Berkley Bears to this point, however. At the half, it's Rochester Adams 28 and Oxford 6. Troy Athens putting the wood to Troy 21-0 at halftime. No update on the Ferndale Pontiac score, still 22-6 in that one. Clarkston is hammering West Bloomfield 35-7. A lot of people thought that would be a close game. It's not. It's 35-7. Clarkston in the second quarter. Groves hanging on in the second quarter. They have a 10-7 lead over West Bloomfield. And as we told you, Farmington with that 21-10 lead at home in their home opener tonight as they're taking on Royal Oak. Falcons were winners 33-6 on the road last week in their season opener. So they scored 33 points, and the Raiders scored 35 in their 5-point win, 35-30 over the Kettering Captains. Three teams opened with victories in the OAA Blue last week. They were North Farmington, and Avondale. Avondale beat Troy 22-0. The other four teams in the OAA Blue all lost. Berkley lost to Ortonville Brandon 32-13. That game was shortened, by the way, by 3 minutes due to weather moving into the area. Sort of mercy ruled. Royal Oak 0-1 after they lost to St. Clair Shores Lakeville 20-0. Ferndale, we mentioned they're here next week. They had pounded by Seaholm in week one. 41-6 was the final score there. And Pontiac 0-1, and they're struggling again. They were pounded by Cranbrook in the opener. 41-0 was the final score right there. So here comes the Bears out of their locker room. The clock has the clock reads 3 minutes. They will give Berkley a 3-minute warm-up period. Both teams will get 3 minutes to warm up prior to the second half. But I don't know. It just seemed to me that they were, a little late coming out of the locker room there. The Berkley Bears clad in white, and I'm not quite sure what the color is there, maroon perhaps, on their jerseys, but there they are. 22-0, the Raiders with the lead. The story, as we tell you, it's Jacob Busamra. 295 yards passing last week and 168 through the air in the first half of this one tonight. He is now in his North Farmington Raider career, which consists of exactly 6 quarters of football. He's thrown 5 touchdown passes. The outstanding Raider running back, Miles Gresham, had 3 touchdowns last week, and he has scored another one here tonight to give him 4 for the season. He has 3 rushing touchdowns, Miles Gresham, in addition to an 89-yard pass reception for a score. He had some interesting thoughts, Miles Gresham, about that pass last week. He was quoted in the Oakland Press, and he said on that play, he is designed, every time they run it in practice, he's the decoy. The play is designed for him to draw a cornerback and a safety to him, freeing up room, of course, for a receiver who's coming a few steps behind. But on the play last Thursday night, he did indeed draw the safety and the quarterback, but he also got past him by a step or two. And Busamra, seeing that, just launched it. He was throwing from near his own goal line, and the ball was caught by Gresham near midfield. And he could not have dropped the ball in there any better. You could not have thrown a better ball because Gresham took it in stride, didn't have to change his motion, his momentum at all. And as we say, he had a step or two on the defenders, and it was no contest from the time of the catch onward. An 89-yard touchdown play, one of the longest, if not the longest, in North Farmington Raider history. And certainly a big play in the win last week by the Raiders over the Kettering Captains. We mentioned Berkley 2-7 last year. They lost their opener here tonight. They have lost their last 4 overall consecutively. Prior to the 2-7 season last year, they went 1-8. So in the last 2 seasons, they are 3-15, plus the 0-1 this year. That compares with North Farmington's mark 5-13 over the course of the past 2 seasons. Now, when you look at Berkley and you say, well, 3-15 the last 2 seasons, 2017 and 2016, prior to those 2 seasons, Berkley made the playoffs 3 straight years. They qualified in 2014, 15, and 16. The 2015 team went 9-3, and they won their district before they fell in the regional. But that is the last call for glory for the Berkley Bears. As again, they have struggled these past 2 seasons. Sean Shields is their head coach, and he sports an overall record of 2-8. Again, with the 2-7 record last year, and dropping the opener this year. 9th all-time meeting between these two teams. Raiders lead the series 5-3. Beat them last year 22-14, and have won the last 3 meetings against Berkley, defeating them in 2011, 2013, and again that victory over them last season. So I think that brings to a conclusion all the vamping I'm prepared to do at this point. Waiting for him to put the 12 minutes on the scoreboard, waiting for the Berkley Bears, who will receive the second half kickoff, to head out onto the field. And here they come now towards that end. The cheerleaders getting themselves fired up for a second half of action here. And it's we're about an hour and a half into the game tonight, right? We kicked off at 7 o'clock. It's now a little bit past 8:30. And it's just, I would say, impossible to overcome the enthusiasm of a high school student. Massimo Sambati, the sophomore kicker and place kicker for the Falcons, for the Raiders. See, that's the problem. You make me sit here for all that time at halftime. I'd get tired. But he steps into the ball, and the second half is underway. This ball will be returned by the Bears, but oh my goodness. How about John Burnett on that tackle? Wow, the return man did not make it back to the 20-yard line. Let's take a look at this. Burnett, number 3 for the Raiders. And he just wiped out Jake Domzalski, the return man for Berkley. The ball's at the 17-yard line. And the Bears have it 1st and 10 on this, the first play of the second half. It is North Farmington 22 and Berkley no score. Ian Domzalski, number 8, is up under center. He's got 3 running backs lined up behind him. But he will pass. Rush coming. Throws it long off the right-hand side and not particularly close to the intended receiver, Jacob Pryor. And Beeler, or check that, Clark Crockett in coverage for North Farmington. The pressure almost got to him. And actually that was Jesper Beeler, number 21 there, on coverage for the Raiders. So second down at 10. Clock is stopped on the incompletion. So if everything goes well here in the second half, the Raiders will be 2-0. And if everything goes well in the second half at Falcon Field, Farmington will also be 2-0. And each team playing their conference opener here tonight. You play a 6-game conference schedule in the OAA Blue. It's a 7-member division. Pressure coming. Little screen pass. Caught in the flat. It's going to wind up as all that. And the play's going to wind up with a gain of a yard. It's Pennington on the reception, as you see. Line of scrimmage was the 17, and they're going to mark the ball at the 18. A 1-yard gain. And charging in, that's Rashad Green. And making the stop for the Raiders. I thought I saw number 6. That might be Andrew Dooley. All right, 3rd and 9. This is the first possession of the second half. Raiders with a 22-0 lead. Good shot at some of the linemen. Number 52, Malik Hardy, and number 56, Blake Morris, the interior lineman for the Falcons. Sylvan Brown, number 22, up from his linebacker spot. Now he drops back. Berkley pass is incomplete out there. Trying to get it to Pryor, but Domzalski can't connect with him. Clark Crockett there to help break things up, number 81. And it's 4th and 9 from the 18-yard line. There was a flag there, was holding against the Bears. The Raiders declined the penalty. They're content with it, the down and distance being 4th and 9. They're content with the line of scrimmage being the 18. And we will see the Berkley Bears with a punt here. Sean Smike, their punter. His results so far tonight have been a mixed bag, a whistle. And one of the Berkley players there didn't have his chin strap snapped. Saliu McBackey. So they stopped things to give him a chance to get his headgear properly affixed. And here's the punt on 4th down. Line of scrimmage is the Berkley 18. Snaps good, kicks away. Goes out of bounds, out near the 45-yard line. I think they're going to say it went out at about the 49. So the Raiders will start in plus territory at the Berkley 49-yard line. They take over with 11:28 to go here in the third. (22-0) the Raiders lead, and before the Raiders can snap the ball, I think we're getting a sideline warning across the way. I think they're telling us, oh, they have a problem with the chains. The chains got knotted up. So they have to untangle that. They can't get there's a little marker on the chain which is supposed to be placed at the line of scrimmage, and it's stuck on the chain in its present position. So they'll move on without it. 1st and 10, North Farmington, football at the Berkley 49-yard line. Gresham in motion, near far side to near. Long pass by Buscema, caught in stride, touchdown Raiders. Eddie Lenton catches the 3rd touchdown pass of the night by Buscema. It's his 6th touchdown toss of the season. It covers 49 yards. And Lenton catching it in stride. In coverage was Ian Domzalski, but he was a day late and a dollar short. He was a step or two behind, and it's another touchdown pass for Jacob Buscema, and a 28-0 lead for the Farmington Falcons on their first snap of the 3rd quarter. Touchdown comes with 11:20 left in the 3rd. And it is 28-0. And only momentarily. It's 29-0 as Zambati makes the extra point. So how about that? So now 3 touchdown passes for Buscema tonight, 3 last week. And the Raiders they're pulling away. They're now in a situation where if they can keep Berkley off the board, their next touchdown would initiate the running clock. 29-0, and we're just 30 seconds into the second half. And you look at a team like Berkley and you say, well, they were 2-7 a year ago. They've won 3 games in their previous 2 seasons. And you're thinking, frankly, they're a struggling football team. They have some work to do. And you look at Waterford Kettering last week. But the thing about Kettering is their quarterback Coach Herstein was telling me is just terrific. They went to a quarterback camp. The Raiders did this past summer at Wayne State, and the week before, that quarterback for Kettering had won the competition. Busamra, while at the camp, as the kick goes out of the end zone, another outstanding boot by somebody. Busamra finished second in the competition the week he was there at that quarterback camp. But you knew last week at least Kettering had a quality quarterback. That's the most important position on the field, obviously. And so they were not, they were not a totally lost cause, Waterford Kettering. They returned something like 15 or 16 starters from the year before, and they were a veteran group. So you're thinking, yeah, the Raiders are walking all over these guys, but really you look back the last few seasons of Raider football, and how many times have they walked over anybody, right? I mean, this team is showing some promise here. And they've got Ferndale coming in next week. Ferndale got beat last week 41-6 by Seaholm. They're losing tonight. And the tight end for Berkley moved, Jack Brombach. So it's 1st and 15 from the 15. What I'm trying to say, you don't want to get all too excited. Well, you know what? Go ahead, get excited. Get excited. It's a team that, as we say, hasn't been 2-0 since 2013. If they're 2-0 this year, yeah, get excited. First time that's happened in 6 years. There are a lot of positives here. I guess what I'm saying is, you have to be wary when the Raiders get deeper into the schedule and maybe some of the opponents get a little bit more difficult. This play's just messed up in the backfield. And Berkley will lose yardage on an attempted carry by Liam Saras. Oh, the reason it was messed up is right there. Number 22, Sylvan Brown, one of the co-captains for the Raiders, and he just came busting through to drop Saras for a loss of a yard back to the 14. So 2nd down and 16 to go for the Berkley Bears. 29-0. The Raiders in the lead. Domlowski out to about the 20, and there come all kinds of flags, and I think they're gonna call a face mask or a late hit here. Problem with this will be it's going to wind up being a 1st down, I think, for Berkley. It was a 5-yard carry by Domzalski, but Beeler maybe hung on a little bit too long, maybe grabbed onto a face mask. We're still waiting for the officials are concurring. No, they're not concurring, they're conferring. When they reach concurrence, when they do in fact engage in an active concurrence, they'll announce a penalty. Or they may all agree that there was no call warranted. That's still an option. They could pick up this flag. There's a gain of 6 on the play. And we're watching the referee now. He's ready to let us know what's up. Personal foul. Face mask. Raiders. 15-yard penalty. It'll be a 1st down for Berkley out at the 35. Something just looked a little funny at the end of that play. And what it was the head of the ball carrier, Ian Domzalski, jerking just a little bit, and he'd had his face mask grabbed on too. Actually, the line of scrimmage to the 34, but nonetheless a 1st down for Berkley. Well, the Raiders had him in a big hole there. That's one thing that Coach Herstein's going to want to work on this week would be the penalties. They took too many of them last week in the Kettering game. They've taken too many tonight in the Berkley game. Just an observation, and I'm sure Coach Herstein would agree. Oh, it's a fumble it's recovered by the Raiders. Recovered down there by Sterling Solomon. A desperate Jake Domzalski was trying to do everything he could to gain yardage, and he leapt in the air, and while he was in midair, he was hit and separated from the football. And number 8, Sterling Solomon, comes up with it. Let's see who made the hit. Domzalski, number 8 for Berkley. I know number 16, Des Blanche, was there for the Raiders. Somebody got him low, though. And then you see the ball recovered at the 49-yard line, right along the sideline. And recovered, it was by Sterling Solomon. And the Raiders on the turnover will go 1st and 10, again in plus territory at the Berkley 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Raiders. Turnover happens with 10:28 to go. So the first possession of the half was at the Berkley 49. This one's at the 48. We're getting some of the second stringers in there for North Farmington now. Aaron Rice, a sophomore, 6'3", 170, tackled for a loss, and there's a flag. Loss of 4 on the carry, holding against the Raiders. It's a spot foul. The infraction occurring at the Raider, well, now I'm not sure. It was either the 48 or the 49. They're trying to find out, I believe, if Berkley wants the penalty. They do not. This surprises me somewhat. Loss of 4 on the carry. So instead of 1st down and 20, it'll be 2nd and 14. Berkley declines the penalty. Aaron Rice, number 15, is the new quarterback. Rice on the keeper. Oh, nice work. Do you pick up a 1st down? Wow. There's a flag in there late back near the 40-yard line, however. He motored down to the 34-yard line, which would be a gain of 18 yards. But there's the flag again. And we're moving into a situation where we're seeing too many of those. And again, another long meeting precedes the walking off of the penalty. It's going to be another, no, it's a hold. The hold occurred at the 41-yard line. So after all this, it's going to be a net gain of 3 yards for the Falcons as they spot the football at the Berkley 49-yard line. It is 2nd down and 11. So we went from 2nd and 14 to 2nd and 11. But wiped out on that play was a marvelous gain, a marvelous run by number 15, Aaron Rice. Gresham back in the ball game, but he's going to stay in to block. Rice with a screen pass, but that's blown up. Number 62 for Berkley came in to make the stop. We don't have a 62 on our roster. Actually, that was not 62. That was 34, Patrick Welsh, who got there and made the initial hit. So the Raiders lose back to the 46. And it's 3rd and 16. Rice barks him out. 3rd and 16, shotgun snap. Rolls to his left, pulls up, fires long. What a nice arm on this kid. It's caught down there. It's caught for a 1st down and maybe a 1st and goal situation. Miles Gresham snuck in behind everybody. And Gresham, who caught that 89-yarder last week, what is this, a 46-yard pass play? Triple coverage down there, and Gresham down at the 10-yard line. And that's 46 yards on the reception for Miles Gresham. The football is on the 10 or just outside the 10, so it was not goal to go, but it is 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Gresham, cuts it up inside, and he's brought down at about the 8. Yeah, the 7 maybe. Gresham had 51 rushing yards at halftime. He has the total here. Gets 3 to the 7-yard line. Raiders looking to turn this into a continuous clock game now. And they do. And they do. That was number 6 going into the end zone. That might be Andrew Dooley. The touchdown Raiders. So it takes them about 2.5 minutes to go 48 yards and score. And I think that's Dooley, number 6. I mean, I know it's number 6. I think number 6 is being worn by Andrew Dooley. It is confirmed by the PA announcer. It was Andrew Dooley with that 7-yard touchdown run. The extra point makes it 36-0. So, with 7:54 to go in the third, we will go to a continuous clock setting here where the clock will only stop on change of possession, penalties, flags. And the Raiders are going to be 2-0 at the close of business tonight. How about that? First time in 6 years for them to be a 2-0 team since the playoff year of 2013. Just taking this opportunity to see if we can update any out-of-town scores, and we cannot. I don't believe we can. I think it is. My Twitter is not updated. Still showing Farmington 21, Royal Oak 10 at halftime over at Falcon Field. I had a split second there. I couldn't remember what the field's called where the Falcons play. My alma mater, for crying out loud. It's Falcon Field, Farmington Falcons. Come on. We'll have them in 2 weeks. Our season debut at Falcon Field as the Ferndale Eagles, who are here against North Farmington in our TV10 Game of the Week 1 week from tonight. Ferndale will be at Farmington the week after that, week 4 of the season, 2 weeks from tonight, and we'll have that for you on TV10. Well, the Bears are going to try and return it, and this time they get a decent return. Jake Domzalski, number 5, and a Berkley player injured out near the 40-yard line. That's number 50, Michael Spann. There you see the return man, Domzalski. Well, the Tigers wear the Old English D, and the Berkley Bears wear the Old English B on their helmets. All right, the injured player has gone to the sidelines. The Bears are going to start at their own 30, but trailing now 36-0. And once the clock starts, it'll keep running. You'll be surprised how fast it winds down, how quickly it runs out. So they've taken, the Raiders have taken Busamra out of the game after a 3-touchdown pass performance. Jackson on the stop there, Domzalski on the carry. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was too, Domzalski. Not playing quarterback right now in this formation. And he got shaken up a little bit at the end of the play there, but he's back on his feet. But it was a 10-yard gain and a first down for the Berkley Bears, who have not had much to cheer about, especially tonight here in this second half. Pair of touchdowns by the Raiders to increase the lead to 36-0. So number 9 up under center at quarterback for Berkley. And this first running attempt by Henry Pennington is going to go nowhere. Dooley, number 6 on the stop. Yeah, he said just try to block me on that play, and they couldn't. I don't see how you do that, but they gave him credit for a 1-yard gain on the play. out to out to the 41. That's not how I saw it. I saw maybe a loss of a yard, but not a gain of one. Second down and 9. Nobody cares what you think you saw, Rich. Raiders in cruise control tonight. Berkley keeping it on the ground, and that'll be a gain of a couple of yards for Pennington. Or actually, it's number 24, Tyrell Woods. Might be his first carry tonight. Pennington was the blocking back there. So with a gain of 2, third down and 7. You see the football at the Berkley 43. It's been some time since they've been in Raider territory. But they have a couple of times tonight. They got close enough to attempt a field goal earlier on. Domzalski rolling. Will he run? Will he throw? He's going to run, and he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards. Shoved out of bounds by Jaden Vista, number 14 of North Farmington. And he loses 3 on the play, and it's 4th and 10. I see it was not Domzalski. He wears number 8. It was this number 9. Again, we don't know who he is. But he goes out of bounds for a 3-yard loss. The Raiders getting an opportunity in this situation, and they did it before we went to the continuous clock. Able to rotate some players in to get them playing experience. The starters are not in there right now for the Raiders. They'll let the punt hit. It gets definitely a Berkley roll. And it's down at the 30. So the nice thing there is when you hear the whistle and the play is over and you look over at the clock, it's still running. We're under 3.5 to go here in quarter number 3. There you see it. Rich Kincaid, Sam Fisher with you up here in the booth. Jim Sturdy's down in the truck. Sean McGuckin's about. Beautiful. It's turned out to be a beautiful evening for football. We were concerned about rain earlier. It's been overcast throughout. The rain has never materialized. 2-yard first down carry by Trey King. I'm sorry, Stephon Jackson, number 10. Which is what I was looking for on my roster, and I read out the name of number 9, Trey King, for some reason. It was Jackson on that 2-yard carry, number 10. Second down and 8. After getting the play at the sideline, the sophomore backup quarterback, Aaron Rice, number 15, rejoins the huddle. Fills everyone in on what's expected of them on this play. And it is a pitch to Jackson. And Jackson found a seam, gets a first down and more. And he's out beyond the 45-yard line. There's a flag, though, and I think it's a procedure call. The flag is laying back at the 30-yard line, a little behind the line of scrimmage on this play. And we'll let you know as soon as they let us know, right? Or you'll see it yourself right here on TV 10. At any rate, it was going to be a first down Raiders out near the 45, maybe even closer to the 50-yard line. But now it's not going to be. They brought the football back. The Raiders have backed up. They're gathered in the vicinity of their own 20-yard line. And it's going to be second down all over again. While this is happening, the clock is stopped with 1:40 left in the third. And I didn't see the signal. We had the official in the shot, and then we didn't. I think it was while he was not in the shot that he he announced the penalty, and I missed it. All right, but at any rate, let's figure it was a hold because they walked off 10 yards from the spot, which was the 30 where the flag was thrown. So it's a 12-yard loss on the penalty. And it is 2nd down and 20. The line to gain remains the 40. So 2nd and 20 for the Raiders. Aaron Rice under center. Fakes a handoff, rolls and throws, broken up and then caught. It went right through the hands of a Berkley defensive back, and Des Blanche, number 16 for the Raiders, grabbed onto the football, made the catch. And it's about what is that? That's a 5-yard gain. See the Berkley defender right there, got his hand on it. That's Liam Saris. And it just caromed over to Des Blanche, and he made the catch. So Rice gets a reception. He gets a pass completion. Gets credit for a pass completion. And Rice, or Blanche rather, gets credit for a reception. We're late in the third. It is 36-0. Here's Rice again. Throwing long, got a man, caught down there. A big-time game, maybe a touchdown. It is, it's a touchdown catch by Nigel Weems. And it is a 75-yarder. Rice to Weems. PA says there's a flag on the field, though. It's holding against the Raiders. And this never happened. There you see Weems in behind everybody. A beautifully thrown ball by Aaron Rice. And then Weems outraced Patrick Mullane to the end zone. And it should have been a 75-yard touchdown. But it's not. It's holding against the Raiders. The ball goes back to the 15-yard line. And it will be 2nd down. They're starting to confuse me now. 2nd down and 25. Oh, goodness. That's 2 long touchdown passes. A 42-yard back in the second quarter. And now the 75-yarder here in the third quarter, late in the third quarter. They'll let the time run out in the third, which I think is in the best interest of all concerned. So we'll switch ends here. And the Raiders with the big lead, big enough that they run the clock continuously. And you see it there, 36-0. The Raiders will have a 3rd down and 25 at their own 15. The Raiders with 7 points in the first quarter, 15 in the second, and 14 more in the third. They've outscored Berkley 7-0 in the first, 15-0 in the second for a 22-0 lead, and then 14-0 in the third for a 36-0 lead. And they've also, well, the previous occasion back in the second quarter when they had the touchdown taken off the board because of a penalty, they did go on a play or two later and score a touchdown. Here they just had lost a 75-yard touchdown pass to penalty. And we'll see if they can what they can make out of that. Again, the second string kids are out there for the Raiders now. So we're looking at youngsters like the quarterback Aaron Rice, just a sophomore. Looks like got a future. 6'3", 170, a nice arm and nice accuracy, especially for a sophomore. So 36-0 as we switch ends and go to the fourth quarter. Well, the Detroit Tigers tonight, and it is Friday, September 6th. They lost the conclusion of that game that was suspended at Comerica Park back in May. I think it was, the 7th inning when they suspended the game. I should know I was there. They trailed at that point 5-3. They wound up losing it tonight, the completion of the game. They wind up losing it by a score of 7-3 and fall officially to 18-27 on the season, because that was game number 36 that they just lost. So they're not 18-27. They are now 41-98. For those of you keeping score of these things, I was upset that they beat the Royals yesterday. I was actually mad that the Tigers beat the Royals yesterday, Thursday, September 5th. They beat them in the series finale at KC 6-4. Had they lost that game, lost the suspended game today, which they did, and then go on to lose the regularly scheduled game tonight, which is begins in an hour or so as we speak, their record would have been 40-100. You talk about a symmetry to a coda to a horrible season. 40-100 would have been it, but they messed it up. They won game number 41 yesterday, so they can't be 40-100. All right, fourth down now for the Raiders, and this is the first punt of the night for Sambati. It's not Sambati, is it? It's 26, Jared Frazier. And a nice punt it is by Frazier all the way into Berkley territory. Remember, he was when he put foot to leather, he was standing at his own goal line, and he knocks it into the Berkley end of the field. So officially, it's a about 36-yard punt. Line of scrimmage was the 15. And there you see the kick. Nice roll, too. You got to count on your roll. You got about 15 yards of roll there. The Raiders doing a nice job of not touching the football. So the clock continues to run here at Holland Field. Don't forget, we'll be back here at Holland Field 1 week from tonight for the game, Friday, September 13th, as the Ferndale Eagles come to town. 2 weeks from tonight, that'll be the 20th, week 4. We'll be at Farmington High School. Ferndale again, the opponent. All right. Number 9 at the quarterback. There's Tyrell Wood. And Wood picks up about 5 to the 47. Second down and 5. 36-0. We're under 10 minutes to go. 9:45 and counting here at North Farmington. Raiders are going to be a 2-0 football team for the first time in 6 years. A nice start to the John Herstein era here in Raider country. Woods again gets a couple. Well, Berkley High School at Coolidge and Catalpa. About a 20-minute drive from here. And you saw a moment ago the size of their visiting contingent. There they are. So 3rd and 3. Wood. I don't think he fumbled. The ball came out, but I don't think he fumbled. He did pick up the first down, though. Got down to the 40. We'll see here as if he is in fact down when the ball comes free. Yeah. His hip hit and then the ball was jarred loose. 7:45 clock running here at Holland Field. 36-0 Raiders. If this margin holds, the Raiders will have outscored their opponents in the first 2 games by a margin of 71-30. Henry Pennington on that carry. And a nominal pickup, a couple of yards. 2nd down and 8. we'd say the nice thing about these running plays is that it keeps the clock running, but when the point differential in a game is 35 or greater, the clock would stay running where even an incomplete pass. I think that's 62 on the carry. I'm thinking that's normally an offensive line. We don't have a 62 on the roster. It was 62 carrying for Berkley. I can't tell you who 62 is. If we have another Berkley game on the schedule, they do play Farmington, but that's at Berkley, so we won't see Berkley again, so we don't have to worry about it again. I called their athletic department. They were very nice to me, and they emailed me over a roster just yesterday, said it was up to date, and they actually delayed sending me the roster to make sure it was up to date, and it's a little disappointing when game time rolls around and they're out there, and you're not sure who is that guy, right? Oh, well. 3rd and 5. This is Domlowski, number 8, going deep. Was it caught? Yeah, it was. Caught down to the 2-yard line. How about that? So Ian Domzlowski comes in at quarterback. Pressure all over the place, and throws the ball deep downfield, and it's caught. That's going to be a goal-to-go situation here for Berkley. They've got it at the 2-yard line, 1st and goal, after the 43-yard pass play. Oh, it's up to the Raiders now to hang tough and preserve that shutout if they can. Going to be tough, though. But they generate a loss on the first play. Dom Zalski on the carry and Trey King on the stop, number 9. That'll push him back a couple of yards to the 4. Nice job by Trey King. So 2nd down after the 2-yard loss. Still goal to go, but now goal to go from the 4. We got that 62, the big fella in the up back position behind the quarterback, number 9. We'll give it to the tailback. It's a touchdown. Carried in by Tyrell Wood. Wood with a 4-yard touchdown run. And the clock immediately stops because it's no longer a 35-point differential. It's a 30-point lead for the Raiders, 36-6. They had a good hole. And again, Coach Herstein keeping his second-string players in the ballgame. He did not once Berkley had a chance to score. He wasn't one of those coaches that went and put the first stringers back in. So look, I'm giving these kids experience. Part of the experience is defending a goal line situation. So he let them play. They got a loss of a couple of yards on the first down play, but on the second it's a touchdown. And Berkley appears here to be going for 2. Nope, they're not either. I'm sorry. Smike in to attempt the extra point, but they waited too long to snap the ball, I think. Nope, it's a procedure call against Berkley. Either way, it's a 5-yard penalty, and they'll move the football back to the 7. So the extra point attempt will be from 24 yards out. Or in this case, 25. They've decided to attempt the kick from the 15-yard line. The Raiders made a good attempt to block it. I'm not sure that went through. I think it's no good.
Missed it.
Wide left. And it remains 36-6 with 4:12 to go. So the Raiders had scored 36 unanswered in the game tonight. Now Berkley has scored late. A touchdown. Point no good, and it's 36-6. Well, the student section is certainly happy with the situation right now. You don't think Berkeley's going to try an onside kick, do you? I don't think they are. I think they might, right? I don't think they would. But we'll see. You have to be mindful. Remember, you will remember, Kettering last week recovered an onside kick, which was the reason they were able to score 2 touchdowns in a span of 48 seconds and make a game of it late here at Holland Field against the Raiders. Raiders ultimately prevailing by 5, however. There's the kick at long last. Returnable. Nice hole for Gresham. He's going to score. Yeah, he's going to score. That kicker's not going to get him. There goes Miles Gresham. Something like an 80-yard touchdown return. Kickoff return for touchdown. Miles Gresham. Well, Gresham this year, 4 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown, 1 special teams touchdown. Here it is. I just want to see where Gresham began his run. 15-yard line, 85 yards. He just went right up the middle, and nobody laid a glove on him. Nobody came close to him. And you see Gresham here, the kicker, he just doesn't have that kind of foot speed. He didn't have that kind of angle. He's got no chance. 85 yards on the kickoff return by Gresham. Hey, we're back into a running clock. Nice job, Miles Gresham. What a night he's had. 2 weeks in a row. Massimo Sambati out of the hold of Jacob Busamra, who's thrown 2 more touchdown passes here tonight. 3 more tonight. Kick is good. Oh, no, it's not either. I watched that thing, and it sure looked to me like it sailed through the uprights, but that's just the angle I've got. Down there on the field, they said no good. Let's see, if you're going to miss one, this would be the time to do it. So it is 36-12 with 3:59 to go. Did I say 36-12? 36-6. 36-6. So excuse me, I get this right. The score is 42 for North Farmington, 6 for Berkley. So it's a 36-point differential. And we're back into a continuous clock with 3:59 left in the game. I guess I was surprised that Miles Gresham was on the field in that situation. He'd been replaced for the last couple of series on the field at the running back position, but he was back out there for the kickoff return, and I'll tell you what, he just went right up the middle. And now the Raiders can boast of success in all 3 areas of the game. The offense with Busamra throwing 3 more touchdown passes tonight, and the offense putting 36 on the board. Special teams scoring a touchdown tonight, and the defense holding Berkley to 6 points. So that's all the areas of the game, isn't it? All right. Here comes Sambati's kickoff. Look at him launch that thing. It's into the end zone. Can't be returned when it's in the end zone. So Berkley 1st and 10 at the 20. In the waning moments tonight, the Raiders are going to be, in another few moments, a 2-0 football team. Their first 2-0 start in 6 years. And they await the arrival of the Ferndale Eagles next week. And that is our TV 10 game of the week. Whistles and whatnot on the field. I don't even want to know why. And now the Bears break the huddle. The clock will start on the snap with 3:46 remaining, and hopefully it won't stop again tonight. Wood for about 4 before he's pushed back. Sterling Solomon, who had that fumble recovery early, was in on the stop. Dominic Mathis Nelson, number 33, was in on the stop. That's about as close to a team tackle as you're likely to get. Second and 6, Berkley. 2:50 to go, clock running. Center and quarterback get on the same page. Everybody moved except the center. He didn't snap the ball. So center and quarterback did not get on the same page. 5-yard penalty results. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the 19. Well, the rain held off. Looked for all when we got here tonight around 6 o'clock. It looked for sure like it was going to rain. Didn't. That's good. I talked to Coach Herstein last night. He said they just had a lot of fun at practice this week. The team really felt good about themselves after the victory in the opener, although he said, you're never satisfied, of course. That's what a coach is going to say. A lot of work still to be done, especially on defense, cleaning up. Coaches always talk about these things, cleaning up, the penalties and whatnot. But overall, the attitude of the team, it just put a little extra bounce in the step. Maybe the Raiders, maybe brought them a little bit closer to believing in themselves, right? I mean, that's got to be the goal. Although Coach Herstein said the objective this year is to have fun. We talked to the part of the start of the season. He said that's what he's looking for in year one, is to have fun. And then it's a funny thing. I was watching a Green Bay defensive back after the Packers-Bears game last night. He was involved in that late in the game interception. The Packers picked off the Bears in the end zone, and that pretty much put the kibosh on Chicago's comeback hopes. This Tyrell Wood is out beyond the 25. And he said, we were just having fun out there. He was talking about that specific play. He said, we were just having fun out there. Sometimes it gets lost, especially at this level. But, the reason we're playing is to have fun. And he said they were having fun, and he said as long as the Packers continue to have fun, they're going to wind up where they want to be. So if the Raiders here at the high school level continue to have fun, maybe they'll wind up where they want to be. We're down to 40 seconds to go. Clock is running. Maybe another snap or thereabouts. It's 4th and a couple here at the 28 for Berkley. And they've brought in the punt team. We got 20 seconds to go. This is Gresham again. No, it's Nigel Weems. Weems had that great touchdown catch and run earlier that was wiped out by penalty, but he's tackled and the clock hits 0 and the football game comes to an end. Another great night here tonight for the North Farmington Raiders. The scoreboard telling the story. 3 more touchdown passes by Jacob Busamra. He's thrown 3 in each of the first 2 games of this season, has 6 on the year. Another great rushing night by Miles Gresham. He scored a couple of touchdowns, one on an electrifying 85-yard touchdown return. And as we watch the last few meaningless moments of the game wind by, we can tell you that it is all over tonight here at Howland Field. I think I said Weems got tackled. I see on the replay that wasn't quite the case. All right, 42-6 is the final score tonight. The Raiders rout the Bears. and the teams shake hands at the midfield stripe. Ferndale comes calling here at Howland Field 1 week from tonight, Friday, September 13th. Make your plans to be here at Howland Field. If not, catch all the action here on TV 10. For our entire production crew and our assistant here in the booth, Sam Fisher, my name's Rich Kincaid. Again, it's the Raiders 42, the Bears no score. There's the credits now. Don Carter, terrific down in the truck tonight, as was Jim Sturdy. 42-0 Raiders win. We'll see you next Friday night from right here at North Farmington High School, everybody.